Hello everyone, today I want to talk about another AI tool for programming and coding. I believe a lot of people have heard about this tool called Cursor. This is a really cool tool, and I can't say it's very reliable nowadays for web development or software development, but it's a cool tool that allows people without deep programming knowledge, or if they have a little basic programming knowledge, to get started creating based on their ideas. It's very simple from text to text prompt, and the IDE of Cursor is able to generate the code for you. So far, from testing this app, I've found it's not going to enable you to create a front end of your web app or software app in a good way. Basically, this will be involved in the backend logic and all the calculations, how it calls the APIs, or handling the data with your database itself. Basically, this is for the backend stuff that's going on in your software, by just taking a look in here. As you can see, all this code from the demo videos they have is generated by the AI, and they have corrections as well. If you have error corrections or if you want to add something in between the code, you can open up the prompts and type whatever functions or features you want to add within that script or code, and the AI will do it for you. But sometimes it's not going to be fully following your prompt instructions or the things that you want to do. So you have to review that by yourself a few times to see if the conditions are doing the right thing that you want. The system workflows are going to be what we're going to test today in this video. So basically, just download this. It's free to download the IDE, but of course, there are some pricing models for you to use automated completion of coding. There's a faster time for more advanced creating software, and some unlimited request calls for the language model's backend from the AI to do the programming code generation. There are a few more things, such as being able to connect with the cloud office 10 times per day, and there's more advanced stuff for the business plan as well, some administration stuff, reporting, things like that. And we're going to try the free one because it's just able to do basically the programming tasks as we mentioned. So after downloading those IDE setup files in Windows, we are using the setup.exe files and installing that. You will see this IDE interface. It is based on Visual Studio Code. So I'm not sure what happened with this, but yeah, it's just based on Visual Studio Code to build this UI interface. What they have is basically a chatbot on the side that's able to modify your code in the middle of this panel, and based on whatever request is at the bottom here, you can type your features and create from a blank page. I have tested a few things here. For example, I've created a chess game and a snake game. The snake game works, and by just one text prompt and generation, it's able to create very basic playable games in here. I've tried some logic from this chatbot and was able to create a web request from the client side to call the API of my ComfyUI. As you can see right here, getting from the ComfyUI IP and the port number, this will be the server address. Everything coded in here is generated from the AI itself. As you can see on the right-hand side of this chatbot history, I've got a lot more stuff going on in here. For example, you can click on the history chat and you can go back to here. For example, I have an error handling for image generation API, and right here you can see there's some error handling that I want to put into this API call client script, and it's able to do that for me as well. There's something that we have to enhance manually. When I create this script with this language model's AI agents, first of all, it will generate this whole script from the blank page of these files, and it wrote all the Python. Once you put the apply button in here, once you click apply, it will put all that code, snippet of code, and copy that into your blank page files here. When you run this, obviously you will crash into some errors and things. Down there, you can keep asking the AI agents to help you troubleshoot those things. So for example, if you have some error like this, you can ask the AI to do that by hovering your mouse. It will pop up that fix chatbot here. So let's try this one and fix this error. As you can see, it shows the recommendations on how to fix this coding error. When you click apply, it will help you see the corrections of the code will be highlighted in green color, and the current error line will highlight as a red color. So once you click Control plus Shift plus Y or just press this little green button here, you will be able to replace that error coding. Very self-explanatory. I think a lot of people who have experience in programming will have no problem with this Visual Studio lookalike IDE, and you are able to play around with it. So when you have some input parameters like this one, that will be the thing that you've got to do manually. For example, I've got a text prompt input for my image generation API call in here, and these string values should be the text prompt, and I have to pass that to the user interface. So for example, I create a template here, and this will be using the text input from this text box and pass that to my API call script here. This will be another part to make this more dynamic, integrating with your front-end web UI if you want to do web UI here. In my case, I have a text box here allowing the user to do text prompt inputting and click the button to generate. So once you click the generate image button, it will show the image itself. But now it's still halfway through the progress of making that. I'm not finished with this yet to generate this code and make this HTML page, so I can show you some already made scripts that are able to run. For example, like this snake game, a lot of people will try snake games with AI-generated coding, and this actually works. So I copy this file's name and I can do in the terminal here, we type Python and paste the file's name. It will open up this snake game, and it looks pretty nice. And in here I have odds, so once it loads up the snake game, it is here. As you can see, I'm able to control it with the arrow keys, and this is all running in this Python script that I created. And there's a very easy way to do that. Let's go back to my history here. Okay, so right here we have the history of what I did in typing the script. So when I created this Python little game, all I did was type the text prompt here saying, "Help me to create a snake game using Python. I need to have a score recording on top of the screen, and I'm using the keyboard arrows to control the snake movement." So once I did that, it created all this script for me in here, and I clicked apply to this snakegame.py file. After that, it showed the explanations of this code, how this works using the Pygame library to run it, and controls by the arrow keys. Very well defined for me, and it's all following my text prompts to create this simple Python game. And once I finished that, something that I want to update is also doable. So install the Pygame in the history here. For example, here we have added the error handling. As you can see, this history is error handling. For this part, when the snake crashes into the wall, it will be game over, and you've got to hotkey press C to play again or Q to quit the game. I just added these two features into the game by just asking questions in the text prompt, and it shows the updates of this area. And that's all it needs, about 5 minutes to create these games. Yeah, so it looks pretty cool. This cursor is able to create something with very simple coding task, step by step. I can't say we can rely on this AI tool to create a very complex or full-featured system. It can create some prototypes of some software. But yeah, you guys can check it out if you have time. Of course, you need some basic programming language knowledge at least to handle this and some error problems in the coding. You should be able to identify by yourself how to deal with those or ask the chatbot to help you fix those bugs. How can you communicate with the AI itself? It also requires some knowledge of programming skills to do that. Let me know if this can improve your programming productivity, and we'll see you in the next videos. Have a nice day. See ya.